Good morning, students. Today we are going to see vibrations. These vibrations are also known as oscillations. Let us see the definition. A motion that can occur when a body is subjected to a force that varies in time is called vibration. Or a periodic back and forth motion of the particle is also known as vibration. Let us see the examples. Simple pendulum. The pendulum vibrates to and fro motion from its equilibrium position, then the vibrations are produced. Spring. The mass is attached to the spring and the spring vibrates up and down motion from its equilibrium position, then we can see the vibrations or oscillations. Motion of the aeroplane. The aeroplane vibrates up and down motion, then we can see the vibrations. Moving car. The car is moving in the presence of obstacle as well as during the earthquake we can see the vibrations. So these are the various examples of vibrations or oscillations which we can see in our day-to-day life. Now, types of vibrations. Basically there are three types of vibrations. First, free vibration. Second type, damped vibration. Third, forced vibration. Today we are going to see free vibration. Let us see the definition first. When no external force acts on the body after giving it an initial displacement, then the body is said to be free vibration or natural vibration. Let us see the example of a spring. The spring vibrates freely without external force with a maximum amplitude. So during the free vibration, the amplitude of the vibrating body is maximum and which is constant with a particular time. Now, natural frequency. The frequency in which body vibrates freely or body vibrates by its own is known as natural frequency. See the examples of aeroplanes. These two aeroplanes are vibrate with their natural frequency. The first one having maximum frequency and second having minimum frequency. Now, restoring force. When oscillating particle is displaced from its equilibrium position, then a periodic force acts upon it and this periodic force is always directed towards the equilibrium position. And this force is nothing but the restoring force. See the example of spring. This is the equilibrium position. This blue arrow indicates the position, a red arrow indicates the restoring force, and when the spring vibrates from equilibrium position to extreme position, then at that time the restoring force acts on the body and this restoring force restores the body from extreme position to equilibrium position. So this restoring force and the position both are directly proportional to each other but in opposite direction. Now derivation. See the example of a simple pendulum. This simple pendulum which having the mass is m, and during this vibration of a simple pendulum the restoring force acts on the pendulum and this restoring force is proportional to the displacement. So if F is a restoring force and Y is a displacement, then force is directly proportional to displacement in negative direction. So F is directly proportional to minus Y and therefore F is equal to minus Ky. This negative sign indicates this force and displacement are in opposite direction and this K is known as a force constant. Now according to Newton's second law, force is equal to mass into acceleration. As we know that if y is the displacement of the particle, then its velocity is dy by dt and the acceleration is rate of change of velocity, means acceleration is d2y by dt square. Now we have to put this value in this equation. Then we get force is equal to m into d2y by dt square. This is equation number 2. Now by using equation 1 and equation 2, we get m into d2y by dt square is equal to minus ky. By rearranging these terms, we get m into d2y by dt square plus ky is equal to 0. This is equation number 3. Now, dividing the equation 3 by m, then we get d2y by dt square plus k by m into y is equal to 0. But the value of k by m is omega square. Therefore, d2y by dt square plus omega square into y is equal to 0. This is equation number 4. And this is the second order differential equation. Now the solution of this equation is given by y is equal to e raised to alpha t, where y is a displacement of the particle, e is an exponential term, alpha is an arbitrary constant, and t is a time. This is equation number 5. Now we have to differentiate this equation twice with respect to time t. Then we get dy by dt is equal to alpha into e raised to alpha t, and d2y by dt square is equal to alpha square into e raised to alpha t. This is equation number 6. Now we have to put this value, that is equation 5 and equation 6, in equation 4. Then we get, by using equation 4, 5 and 6, we get alpha square into e raised to alpha t plus omega square into e raised to alpha t is equal to 0. Now e raised to alpha t is common. So in bracket alpha square plus omega square is equal to 0. Now by using this equation, we can say that either e raised to alpha t is equal to 0 or alpha square plus omega square is equal to 0. But e raised to alpha t is never 0, hence alpha square plus omega square is equal to 0. Therefore, alpha square is equal to minus omega square. Now, the value of I square is equal to minus 1. If you put this value in above equation, then alpha square is equal to I square omega square. Now, square root alpha is equal to plus or minus I omega. Now, the general solution is given by y is equal to a e raised to I omega t plus b e raised to minus I omega t. This is equation number 7. But the value of e raised to I omega t is cos omega t plus I sin omega t, and the value of e raised to minus I omega t is cos omega t minus I sin omega t. By putting this value in equation 7, then we get y is equal to a into cos omega t plus I sin omega t plus b into cos omega t minus I sin omega t. By multiplying a and b, then we get y is equal to a cos omega t plus ai sin omega t plus b cos omega t minus bi sin omega t. Now, y is equal to cos omega t is common, and here I sin omega t is common. Therefore, y is equal to a plus b into cos omega t plus a minus b into I sin omega t. We have to put the value of a plus b is r sin phi, and I into a minus b is equal to r cos phi. Then we get y is equal to r sin phi cos omega t plus r cos phi sin omega t. Therefore, y is equal to r into bracket cos omega t sin phi plus sin omega t cos phi. But the value of this cos omega t sin phi and sin omega t cos phi is what? sine omega t plus phi. Therefore, y is equal to r into sine omega t plus phi. As the formula of this sine omega t plus phi is cos omega t sin phi, sin omega t cos phi. Therefore, the free oscillation expression is y is equal to r sine omega t plus phi, where y is a displacement, r is the amplitude of oscillation which is maximum, omega is a natural frequency of oscillating body, t is a time, and phi is a phase. So this is the equation of free vibration, and during the free vibration the amplitude of the vibrating body is constant. Thank you.